Give me 5 minutes. And I promise you something bold. By the end of this video, the voice in your head that says, I'll do it tomorrow. The voice that says, I'm tired, I'm not ready, this isn't the right time. That voice then will never have power over you again. Not because you'll feel motivated. Motivation is fragile, but because you'll see excuses for what they really are. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If excuses worked, if they actually protected your future, why do the people who make the most excuses end up with the least? And why do the people living the life you want, the money, the freedom, the respect, almost never explain themselves? Think about it. Same 24 hours, same economy, same internet, different outcomes. So what's the real difference? Here's the truth no one likes to admit. Excuses feel safe, but they are expensive. They don't cost you today. They cost you years. And most people don't realize their bleeding potential until it's too late. By the way, if excuses burned calories, half the internet would look shredded. But jokes aside, this is serious. Because right now, at this exact moment, your future is being decided by what you do after this video. And that should scare you just a little. Stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why excuses feel logical and how they quietly destroy ambition. Let's get one thing straight. You are not lazy. You are not broken. And you don't lack discipline. What you lack is clarity about how excuses actually work. Excuses don't show up screaming, I'm here to ruin your life. They show up sounding reasonable. I'll start when I have more time. I need to learn more first. Others have advantages I don't. Let me ask you this. When was the last time an excuse actually moved you closer to success? Exactly. Excuses don't solve problems. They delay responsibility. And here's the dangerous part. The brain rewards excuses. Every time you avoid discomfort, your brain says, good job, you survived. No risk, no pain, no effort, but also no progress. Your brain is basically that friend who says, let's skip the gym, we can go tomorrow. And tomorrow never shows up. Now here's the brutal truth. Success is not built by heroic motivation. It's built by boring, uncomfortable consistency. And excuses are the enemy of consistency. Because once you make an excuse once, you teach your brain that quitting is an option. And once quitting is an option, it becomes a habit. Here's the cliffhanger most people never consider. The biggest excuse isn't I don't have time, it's I still have time. Think about that. You tell yourself, I'll get serious next year. I'll grind in my late 20s. I'll focus after things settle down. But what if they never do? What if this is the calm before regret? Fear isn't meant to paralyze you, it's meant to wake you up. Because right now, someone your age, with less talent, fewer resources, and no special advantages, is outworking you simply because they don't negotiate with excuses. And that should hit hard. But stay with me. Because next, I'm going to show you the moment excuses lose all power. Here's the turning point. The moment excuses die is the moment you stop asking, how do I feel? And start asking, what does the future version of me require? High performers don't act based on emotion. They act based on identity. They don't say, I'll work when I'm motivated. They say, I'm the type of person who shows up no matter what. Let me break it down simply. Every excuse you make is a vote for the person you don't want to become. Every action you take, even a small one, is a vote for the person you do want to become. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to fix your entire life today. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need confidence. You need momentum. Confidence doesn't come before action. It shows up late, like that one friend who never helps move but shows up for pizza. Momentum is built when you do the thing even when it sucks. And once momentum starts, excuses struggle to survive. Because action creates proof. Proof that you're capable. Proof that discomfort won't kill you. Proof that your limits were mostly imaginary. Now let me give you one powerful mental shift. Excuses are not facts. They are feelings dressed up as logic. And feelings change. Your goals don't. So the next time your brain says, not today, you respond with one sentence. I don't negotiate with excuses. Not angrily, not emotionally, just calmly. Like a CEO making a decision. Because this is your life. And CEOs don't run billion-dollar futures based on mood. Here's the final cliffhanger. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Same habits, same excuses, same delays. Now, imagine another version of you, who decided today that excuses were no longer allowed. Which one do you want to meet? Because one of them is guaranteed, and the choice is being made right now. If this video hit you, if something inside you just clicked, don't let that awareness fade. Because awareness without action turns into regret. The fastest way to kill excuses is to strengthen your focus and mental clarity. And that's why your next step matters. On your screen right now is a video called 7 Simple Ways to Boost Your Brain Power and Focus. That video will give you the mental tools to stay sharp, disciplined, and locked in, even when distractions try to pull you back into old habits. So don't scroll, don't overthink. Click that video, strengthen your mind, and prove to yourself that this is the moment excuses stopped running your life. I'll see you there.